Hey everybody. It's sort of kind of look getting dark out here. So, I'm just taking a walk around the block. But I had a funny thing happen this morning. On my day off, I got up and I was cleaning the kitchen. Hey guy, I was cleaning the kitchen and my mama, my biological mama, was not the type of person that went to church every Sunday. But on Sunday morning, she would get up and she would cook and she would clean and she would listen to her gospels. And as a child, I never understood. And she would like be playing James Cleveland and stuff like that, Tremaine Hawkins, and she would be crying. And I'd be like, "What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you crying?" And she's like, "I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy." But as a child, I never understood. If you happy, why are you crying? How can you be happy and crying at the same time? And I was cleaning the kitchen and I was listening to some spirituals and some gospels and stuff, and I realized, oh my God, I have turned into that person. I'm my mama's child. So I'm washing dishes and I'm listening to the Lord, and He's working and moving through me, and I'm crying and I'm praising Him, and people around me looking at me like I'm crazy. But when you going through something and you hear the right words or the right melodies and it touches your heart and you know that God has this plan for you, it's like so awesome. And you might cry, you might shout, you might scream, you might throw your hands up in the air, and you don't care who is watching you. You really don't care who is watching you, because that time is just between you and the Lord. And let me tell you something, what a wonderful time it can be. I have noticed within the last 6 months or so that everybody I know is in some type of discord. Whether they are family or friends or co-worker, the devil is so busy. I mean, he is so busy. We got people on our job trying to go to blows, almost want to fight each other, writing people up. We got people within families just backbiting, and you said this and you said that, and you don't have no loyalty to me. What is going on? I hear people say, when you look at things that are going on in the world, when you look at these floods and these fires and the climate change and stuff like that, we are getting closer to the end of our days. That's something as humans we have no power over. But my prayer for myself and my prayer for each and every one of you is to work on yourself. We can only be accountable for what we say, what we do, what we receive, and what we allow to come out. No, what we allow to receive from others. Humans don't mean shit. I'm just going to say it. If you're a man or you're a woman and you walk this earth, you don't mean shit. What means something is that man upstairs. And if you are not getting closer to him or not close to him, and you're not listening to what he's telling you, you're in trouble. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. So when an argument come up, when some gossip come around, when things get rough at work, you want to just cuss somebody out, stop, take a breath. How would God want me to respond to this situation? Or, dear Lord, humble me and humble my soul so I respond to this person, this situation, the way that's pleasing towards you. That's all we got, man. That that is all we got. You can't trust people. Now, mind you, there's some wonderful people in the world that will give their last for everybody, every cause. I used to be one of them. But once them people get burnt by one or two people, it put a bad taste in their mouth. And you can't depend on them anymore. You can't depend on me. If I give you my word is bond. But I'm not throwing my word out there as frequently as I used to. My bond is Jesus. People talk about being in touch with the Lord, walking closer to the Lord, being in church, going to church. That don't mean nothing. I don't care what you say. Let your actions speak louder than your words. When you see a person that has humbled themselves and they have decided to take different directions in life and they don't do what they used to do, they don't do it with the people they used to do it with, don't feel some type of way. Don't judge them. Don't be like, oh, she thinks she this or he think he that. With a prime example, if I got a homeboy, he working with his wife on being closer to the Lord, and they get a car. Oh, first they ain't speak to me. Now they done got a new car. They think they all that. But look, first of all, the reason why they ain't speak to me, because maybe I'm doing something that with their path with the Lord is not pleasing to God. And they had sense enough to recognize that, so they had to distance themselves from me. I still speak, hey! But maybe they had to distance themselves from me because I was in the way of their path with the Lord. And they got a new car. Why would I talk about them? Because they got a new car, a new home, a new job, a better position. That is their personal walk with the Lord. And that is the Lord showing them favor for being diligent servants and working His word and His will. Don't hate. Look at them. Learn from them. Get into your word. Get into your devotional. Learn how to be the best you can be for you. For you first. Because you're not no good to your husband, your wife, your children, your family, your job. You are no good to anyone else if you're not good for yourself. And the way the world is now, with all this stuff going on, all this killing and robbing, and then they got all this stuff going on with drugs, and the little young boys shoot them up, bang, bang. It's just like, it's like a setup. It's like a setup. We're being set up to kill each other, to hurt each other, to maim each other, to put our mouths on each other. And it's only one way. There's only one person. There's only one way that you can get beyond all that, is to get closer to the Lord. If you have an issue with somebody and that person really, really, really means something to you, and you know you love that person, get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Once you get it right, y'all have a mutual understanding. You don't have to keep going back and forth with that person. Just get it right. People that live in the same household have conflicts with each other. People that have the same blood running through their veins have the same conflict with each other. Sit down and make a list. And one side put 10 things, and the other side put 10 things. The first side, you put 10 things in your life that you feel is not going right and you want change. Your job, your relationship, where you live at, what you drink, what you eat, what you smoke. 10 things that you really have a desire for the Lord to change in your life. And on the other side, you put 10 things. And those 10 things, what's going right in your life? What is going right in your life? Are you happy? Do you have a peace of mind? Do you have a spouse that you love? Do you have children that you're proud of? Are you a good parent? Do you have dependable work? Do you have a stable car? And just compare the two. Compare the two. That'll give you a basis on what you need to work on. And you cannot just write it, and you cannot just leave it. You have to get into the Word, read a devotional every morning, read a scripture every morning, listen to some gospels, whatever you need to do, meditate, yoga, whatever you need to do to find peace of mind to bring yourself back to the Lord. Because I don't think that I have met any person, whether you my Facebook friend, whether you my co-worker, whether you my family, I don't think I know any person except for one, and I ain't going to call them out. I don't think I have met any person that I know that does not believe in God. And I know you were raised in a church. And I know you know who the Lord is. And I know you know where your help come from. We got to get back, y'all. We got to get back. I love to love on people. And I love for people to love on me. When I love on people, I don't want nothing from you in return but love. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I just been walking around in a fog for the last couple of months because I just don't understand what is going on in the world. Now, sometimes people you can't help, and sometimes people you don't want help from, and you need to recognize that as such and let it go. Pray on it. Ask God to reveal those people and those situations to you and let it go. But let me tell you something. I had a coworker. Me and this coworker used to go at it, head-to-head blows. I mean, behind the nurse's station, arguing in front of patients. I mean, just very unprofessional. Just words that should never be put out in a professional setting. But let me tell you something. This person changed. She talked to me and she told me why she changed, but she changed. Now she's sort of kind of like one of my partners at work because we have the same certificate, so we work together side by side. You have an issue with somebody and you take it to the Lord and you leave it there and you give him the chance to work on it. It's amazing what can happen. It might not happen as soon as you want it to happen, but it will happen. You just give it to him, you leave it with him, and you sit back and you still do your part. And you have security and comfort in your mind and in your heart, knowing that I've taken this situation to the Lord and I'm leaving this with the Lord. And in his time, he will work it out. It might not always work out to your good. Sometimes it might just work out to that person's good. But if you really, really want the best of the situation, you can't be selfish. You can't be selfish. Prime example. If you're dating somebody, y'all have issues in your relationship, and you want to leave, but you want to stay. You say, Lord, I really want to be with this man, but I don't know what to do. He hit me, or he beat my kids, and he don't treat my kids right. He don't pay no money, whatever it is. You take that situation to the Lord. Sometimes the best action, according to the Lord, may be to remove you or to remove that person from the relationship. And you might catch him cheating, and he with another woman. And oh my God, he done cheated on me. But think about it. You ask Lord for help. The Lord know more than we know. The Lord may be saying, this is not the man that I want to be with you. So as tragic as this situation is, I'm going to remove him from the relationship. I know it's hard to deal with, but after a while, you need to sit back and think it was a blessing in disguise. Now you're at peace in your home. You ain't got nobody abusing you. You ain't got nobody abusing your children. You can prepare your mind and yourself, and then you go to the Lord in prayer for what type of man He have for you. Not what. See, we get in trouble because we always want what we want when we want it as humans. But what we want when we want it is not necessarily what God wants for us. So you can't straddle the fence. You can't ask the Lord for help and forgiveness and peace in your life, and then when He deliver it to you, you say, well, that ain't necessarily what I want. Because if you take it back from the Lord and do it on your own, you're going to be in the same situation all over again. I know this video been all over the place, but I just felt like I just wanted to share. I just wanted to share, you know. I did my little walk around the block. Get ready to go back in the house. I just wanted to share. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love the Lord. And y'all have a great night. Smooches.